Okay, it's December right now. No, actually today is Boxing Day, but I have to come into the office to do the TV content. So what we have here is the 55-inch Samsung Neo QLED QN95B for review. And by the time this video is published, I think it will be supremely close to CES 2023 and Samsung will be announcing a whole new generation of TVs. And I think it's gonna make this TV that we're showing here to be, well, essentially out of date. Well, since we are technically more or less a year late for this review, I'm just gonna quickly talk you through all of the specs, the features, and what I like about this TV. And then what I want to highlight in this video is actually if this TV is worth buying right now. So when we unbox the TV, well, I gotta say that the unboxing experience of Samsung TVs is always fantastic and the installation process is very streamlined and amazing. Just make sure that you get someone to help you out because this entire setup is rather heavy, especially that base there. And once we got everything hooked up, then you have a total of two choices. Number one, you can choose to use the One Connect box externally, so you can put it somewhere below the TV console here so that you can have easy access to all of the ports, or you can also just directly mount it on the TV stand itself. That is something that they're calling the, what's that thing called again? The Infinity One design. I think that's what it's called. If you do mount the One Connect box to the back of the TV, then you will have a very difficult time accessing all of the ports. But assuming that you already connected everything that you need and you don't have to access it once again, this is actually a very sleek design. Samsung also provided two One Connect box cables, so there's one short one to connect it directly to the TV if you mount it on the back of the monitor stand, or if you want to put it somewhere else further from the TV. So the choice is up to you, and I gotta give Samsung credit for that because I really do like this kind of design. We do have a bunch of ports on the One Connect box, so there are a total of 4 HDMI ports. One of them supports HDMI eARC, and then 3 more USB Type-A ports for external storage support. And there's also optical audio, but I really do prefer a simple 3.5mm audio jack. I have no idea why Samsung decided not to include one of it, but that's just how it goes. And taking a step back, looking at the TV itself, this is one of the sleekest TV that I've seen. For a 55-inch though, at first glance you might say that, well, it doesn't look that big, and that is because the bezels are only this thin. Seriously, this is one of the most magnificent TV that I've seen in my life for a 55-inch, and it's just gorgeous. The only anomaly here is the Samsung logo at the bottom right corner there, and that is also really tiny. The aesthetics aside though, this panel is what impressed me the most. So this Samsung Neo QLED QN95B is actually using a mini LED backlit panel, and it looks absolutely gorgeous on this TV. No joke, it is supremely bright and everything just looks very vibrant, and also the colors just pop out a lot better and the contrasts are just amazing. And Samsung also has something called the quantum matrix technology, which essentially has final controls over all of the local dimming zones, and I would have to say the performance of the dimming zones on this TV is surprisingly good. We do have a few picture modes to select from. Notable highlights is the dynamic mode, which is what we're using right now, and there's also something called the filmmaker mode, which is closer to what the film director intends us for us to see. So if you like that, then you can choose that as well, but only for a few compatible movies, I think. And then they also have the new and improved Neural Quantum Processor 4K, which Samsung claims that they're using 20 neural networks to enhance the details to ensure your 4K content looks good. This is more or less like a object detection, or more like a, spot detection on what's showing on the screen, and then they will enhance that particular spot. Samsung has a better description of this feature on their website, which I will show you on the screen here. But honestly speaking, there's no way to disable and enable this feature manually, so I can't give you a comparison if this feature actually helps or how much it actually enhances the image shown on the screen. However, this feature is not available for PC mode and also game mode, so keep that in mind. We also have a brand new remote control here, and this remote control has a rechargeable battery that we can charge by just plugging in the USB Type-C port at the bottom, or we can just flip it upside down and then charge it by using sunlight. Yes, this remote control is solar powered and it takes forever to charge, but that is the point of the solar panel. It is just to keep the battery not drained while it's idling so that you don't have to charge that often. Something like that. I guess I should also mention about the TV's built-in speakers. So on the spec sheets, Samsung states that this TV has a 4.2.2 channel speaker, which I want to ask, which speaker is actually pointing upwards? Because if we look at the back of this TV here, there is no speaker near the top left or top right corners. So, okay. And since we are pairing the Samsung Neo QLED QN95B with the Samsung soundbar Q800B, this combo allows us to enable something called Q Symphony, where both of the speakers of the TV and the soundbar and also the soundbar subwoofer will work in tandem to provide us a fuller audio experience. As far as I remember though, the last time I encountered this feature, it explicitly stated Q Symphony, but now it just says TV plus soundbar when you select the soundboard. Either way, they all mean the same thing, and here's a comparison between the TV speakers and also the soundbar with Q Symphony. So have a listen. In terms of the other features though, they are pretty much the same as before. Looking at the settings menu, we have the usual picture settings and whatnot, and even the interface is the same as the Samsung Freestyle projector or the M7 smart monitor that we have reviewed previously. Links at the top right corner there or in the description if I remember to put it there. Okay, enough about those. The question I want to ask is, should you still buy this TV a year after its release? Well, remember, we don't know what Samsung is going to announce during CES 2023, but I am sure that they will announce a whole slew of new TVs with new technologies and whatnot. The three reasons why I really like this TV is actually, number one, the beautiful TV panel with the slim bezels, and seriously, mini LED TVs just look gorgeous and you don't have to worry about burn-in on OLEDs. So yeah, Mini LED is like the best of both worlds. You get the longevity of a LED backlit panel, but you also get the vibrancy and the brightness of an OLED screen. And then number two is, of course, the features. The One Connect box is really handy, especially if you put it externally and then you just wanna, plug and unplug stuff easily. Actually, you can do it wirelessly as well, so kind of depends on your setup, because Samsung actually gave us a choice to mount the One Connect box either at the bottom or at the back of the TV. And number 3, depending on when you're watching this video, you might be able to get this TV at an even lower price. Remember, Samsung TVs, after CES 2023, I think this generation of TVs will be discounted. I just don't know how much they will be discounted. I think for most people, buying a previous generation TV is actually a better financial decision, and it probably will have a big discount, yet you probably won't lose out that much compared to a brand newly announced TV, especially if the price gap is huge. And that is why, even with this entire review done, I don't think I will recommend you to buy the TV right now. Wait until CES 2023 announcement and see what's new. Then see how the prices of the previous models like this QN95B changes, and then re-watch this video and re-evaluate the situation. I must say though, if you can find this TV at a discounted price, reasonable discounted price, then I would say just go for it. Because remember, if you want a mini LED TV, I think Samsung is the only one who's doing such a good job in terms of implementing this beautiful panel into a TV. And if you look in the market, yes, this is indeed a very expensive 55-inch TV, but remember, those other TVs are using standard LED backlighting. It is not mini LED, and maybe if you can get an OLED, yeah, it might be cheaper than this, but OLED TVs will have burn-in, which is something that I am truly worried about. So yeah, that's it. That's what we have to share with you about the Samsung QN95B. Is that the real name? Yeah, Samsung Neo QLED QN95B. It's quite a tongue twister. Try saying that 5 times quickly.